This is AEDT 2150U, Digital Technologies and Advanced Teaching Methods. This is the third of the 3 video capsules that we will be using to discuss teacher-centered and student-centered teaching methods. In this third video capsule, we will look at 4 examples of online learning modules. We will analyze their teaching methods, the interactivities they prompt, and the assessment and evaluation strategies and instruments they use. Analysis questions will be presented with each example as guides to reflection. Our first example is an interactive scenario designed to teach communication skills in specific situations. In this particular case, our learners have to go through several scenarios to help Sam communicate with a difficult coworker, Emma. These scenarios unfold depending on each of the learner's answers. Through interactive scenarios, problem-based videos, and drag-and-drop answers, this online module demo demonstrates several behavior and communication options, which the learners could choose, followed by their most probable consequences. Take a few minutes to try this demo. You have the link on the screen. Do this guided by the following questions. Is the main objective behind this module clearly presented to learners? What is the teaching strategy in this interactive scenario? In other words, how do learners learn communication skills? In your opinion, are the learners assessed or evaluated by the end of every situation? Explain. In your opinion, is learning happening with or without an instructor? And where is the instructor? Knowing that in these interactive scenarios, learners have the liberty to choose any of the options presented to them, in your opinion, who retains the control of learning? Is it the learner or the instructor? Keeping in mind your reflections, let us move to our second example titled Responding to Domestic Violence in Clinical Settings. This e-learning course targets the performance of social workers and nurses in clinical settings who must deal with domestic violence. After logging in, we are presented with the metaphor of a library with bookshelves. We are asked to choose one of the 4 different interactive volumes displayed there. An introductory note warns learners that they will have to complete the first 3 scenarios in order to unlock the remaining ones, and that each scenario would take around 25 minutes to completion. What do these first 3 scenarios contain? And why is it essential to go through them before exploring other scenarios? As we select a volume, a virtual book opens to its index page. Only the first title is clickable. The other remaining titles are locked until the first 3 are completed. As we click on the main title, a voice describes the situation. Then a main menu is displayed with 3 options to choose from. We have the professor module, the situation module, or the instructor module. Take a few minutes to access this e-learning course and try one of the volumes. You will need to go through a quick registration and then you can access all the material for free. You have the link on the screen. As we saw, every volume is composed of different chapters and each chapter contains 3 modules. What are the objectives behind each of these modules? Why are modules unlocked sequentially? How are learners assessed and evaluated? Which teaching method is adopted in this e-learning course? In other words, is it teacher-centered or student-centered? Explain. Our third example is taken from the lynda.com website. If you go to the link www.lynda.com, you can click on the video representing Linda, who is the founder of lynda.com. She will explain how learners use the e-learning courses published on her website. Then, from this page, you can choose a tutorial and analyze how the information is presented. Then you can try to answer the following questions. What are the teaching methods used by this e-learning website which allow its founder to guarantee learning? How and when are learners assessed and evaluated in these online training videos? In your opinion, which teaching method is adopted in these tutorials? Are these online trainings teacher-centered or student-centered? And why? Our last example is an attempt to afford online learning in schools. How can learners use these websites? Having in mind that these websites are targeting online learning, what did they miss? In your opinion, are they serving their purposes? And why? Synthesis questions. Looking back at our 4 examples, what are the commonalities between them? How do they differ? Take a few minutes to list 2 to 3 components or teaching strategies used in the design of each example that, in your opinion, should be integrated in every online course. In your opinion, what is an effective teacher presence in an online course? And finally, which teaching method should be adopted in an online learning course to prompt learners to construct their knowledge? Should the teaching method be exclusive? Can we blend the methods? And how?